In that case, it isn't really exciting unless you're guilty.
Oh, I bet you like to take risks. Don't you, Dr. Glass?
I'm not the one who's on trial for murder.
Not yet.
I'd like to ask you some questions about your personal history. Tell me about your first sexual experience.
I was at my parents' house in Napa. My cousin Helena came from Europe to visit.
And how old were you?
12. We were in the hammock after lunch, taking a nap. Without even really thinking about it, I let my hand drift over across her breast, kind of lightly. She pretended to be asleep. So did I. And then I let it slide down across her body, over her stomach, then down between her legs. Pretty soon she began to move up against me.
And how did you feel when that was happening?
Like a god. Knowing I could excite her, make her move how I wanted, when I wanted. And then this sound came from somewhere deep within. Do you know that sound, Dr. Glass, that someone makes when you're giving them what they want, but they can't really ask for it? When she came, she shook so hard it almost scared me. And then I must have fallen asleep because when I woke up, she was dead.
Dead?
She'd driven into town and pulled out on a road in front of a farm truck and was killed instantly. I thought it was beautiful.
Beautiful.
One moment she was there with me in the hammock, and then, like magic, gone.
And was Kevin Franks' death like that? Beautiful and magical?
No. It was wet and clumsy.
Michael. I just got off the phone with Sinclair. They won't take him as an outpatient.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they say last time he went off his medication.
That was over a year ago.
Yeah,
Well, he's
I know.
done great since then, Ed. Look, well, the kids are 20. You should be out there holding down a job, making friends.
Yeah, well-
No, I know you can do it. Get back on the phone and don't take no for an answer, okay? If you need me, I'll be with Dr. Gardosh.
Really writes about Czeslaw. How much damage do you think that could do me?
For the Douglas chair? Well, it's not your dream come true, but...
I want to go to the selection committee immediately. Tell them my version.
You look defensive.
Well, I'm not defensive, Milena. I just want to preempt the little prick, you know? I wonder about this Czeslaw thing behind me.
It is behind you. There's nothing new for Towers to tell, so why bring it up if you don't have to?
But if the papers make a big deal out of it...
The selection committee know these things happen. And anyhow, 3 review panels cleared you.
I mean, why select someone who's tainted? You'd select someone who isn't, wouldn't you?
Michael, you're not tainted. Oh, shit, we're late for staff. Come on. Stop brooding. So, how was the court case with the mystery writer? Yeah, she looks fabulous. And you said yes.
5 times a week, full fee. How could I say no?
Michael, you evaluated her in court is against the guidelines.
Yes, but they are only guidelines. And I've considered it. Milena, she's an exceptional case.
What if she's homicidal? What if she's another Cheslav?
Well, don't you see, that's why I've got to help her. You know, if I don't help her and she harms someone, even herself, then it will be my fault.
So I'm confused. Is it guilt or arrogance that's making you do this?
I don't know. Probably both. I'll see you later. Would you like to sit down?
Do I make you uncomfortable?
How does it feel to make people uncomfortable?
Not quite as good as being omnipotent. Do you ever wonder if half the things your patients tell you they make up? You know, I could be lying to you about Kevin Franks or Nick the cop or even seducing Helena in the hammock.
Doesn't matter. Patients lie to conceal our desires from ourselves, from others.
Guess what? I'm writing a new novel.
What about?
The Shrink. He's smart, ambitious, a little bit arrogant. He can see the truth in others, but not in himself. That's his fatal flaw.
What happens to him?
Oh, he gets obsessed with one of his patients. He thinks he's being manipulated by her. Seduced.
And is he?
Well, he's not sure. But he starts to lose control. Of course, he thinks he's totally in control. You're smiling. You think this is a comedy?
Perhaps you really care about the reaction I have to the things you say.
Maybe.
And what about the patient? What does she want?
To give him everything he ever wanted, but was afraid to ask for.
No? And what would that be?
To be like her. To violate everything. Bring it all crashing down.
And what happens to your, shrink?
He ends up dead.
Why?
He has to end up dead. 'Cause that's what happens in my books. Hey, why don't we go for a walk and I'll tell you the truth about what happened to Kevin Franks?
Why don't you tell me now? Here.
'Cause you make the rules here.
Well, I don't meet patients outside the office. That's another one of the rules.
Yeah, 'cause then you wouldn't be in control.
Is that what you think I want? To control you?
You think you want to help me? You know what I think? I think you were a very smart little boy. And you woke up one day and you realized you didn't care about anybody but you. It terrified you. So to hide it, you decided you'd go into some kind of healing profession to show you really cared.
But so, my being an analyst is a lie, is it? What, to disguise my selfishness?
What you don't understand is this calm, insipid, nice guy you pretend to be bores me out of my fucking mind. what you really are? This ruthless, greedy, selfish fuck. That's what I really love. You're not smiling. Is that better? I don't want to fight with you. I need you. I hate myself for needing you. I don't know. It's beside the point.
So what is the point? What exactly do you want, Catherine?
What do I want? Really? I want you to fuck me. Right here on the couch. Right now. No talk. No games. No asking what it really means.
Yeah, but what does it mean?
Maybe it just means I want to fuck you. No asking why. Because Adam Towers is dead and we are not. Because I wanted it from the first moment I saw you, and you did too.
What makes you think
Oh,
that
please. It's obvious. Because of the way you look at me, because of the way you don't, because of the sound of your voice when I talk about sex, and you're so turned on and you try to sound detached and analytical, even though you're sitting there with a heart on, like the one you have right now.
What, and my analytic detachment bothers you, does it?
Do you have a heart on?
Is that important to you?
How can you stand it? And to lie about every single fucking thing. Not being able to say, yes, I think you killed Adam Towers. Yes, I have a heart on. Yes, I'd like to fuck you. Jesus.
No more Czeslavs, Michael.
No. No more Czeslavs.
You realize that this meeting is very important for Dr. Glass.
Of course.
You shouldn't be here, you know that.
I'm not supposed to be friends with Dr. Gersh?
If Gerst found out that you were Dr. Glass's patient, it could be detrimental.
Let's not tell him.
We don't just not tell each other in this community. That's not how we work.
So you would just tell Dr. Gersh? Even though you know it would hurt Michael. You know, initially Dr. Glass didn't want to treat me. He thought I should see you.
He was right to do that.
I wonder if it would be different with a woman.
I think the same issues would come up. They'd just come up a bit differently.
I'm not sure I could trust a woman.
Then that will be one of our issues.
I knew Brian. And he maintained that Ryerson's theory was simply a duplication of Bolyas and Stein.
A duplication of Bolyas and Stein? Yes, in a way. Lieutenant Walker, it's Michael. Look, thanks for talking to me. It's just that I did an evaluation of Miss Trammell over here in London in a murder case. The charges were ultimately dropped, but...
I'm not surprised to hear it. I don't know how, but she does it every time. Some years back, she ice-picked a rock star out here, Johnny Boz. We never did make the case.
Really?
Yeah. We also believe she killed a homicide detective named Gus Moran. And an IA officer, Martin Nilsson. She writes this stuff in her novels. Then when it happens in real life, she tells you some crazed fan got the idea from the book. Or the murder gave her the idea for the story.